Chapter 6. Addicted to a Dream. The background of Addicted to a Dream. At the age of 24, I found myself in the middle of a 7-year on-again, off-again relationship with someone much older than myself. In addition to the toxicity that came from such a huge age gap at such a young age, his unhealthy idea of how relationships should work was damaging. His drug addiction was damaging, and his lifestyle as a DJ and user certainly was damaging. I found myself on this roller coaster of really high highs, both literally and figuratively, and really low lows. It was through him that I tried ecstasy for the first time, and it just spiraled from there. It was so easy to get caught up in the hype of his glamorous lifestyle. He exemplified the activities of my heroes that we read about, the partying all night, the drugs, the pretty girls, the fancy cars. It was all so alluring. But it was also an illusion. I only ever saw the highlight reel until one day I saw the recovery, the loneliness, the pure patheticness of it all. A man in his late 30s, early 40s, struggling with his own company because he was so reliant on substances in order to like himself. New Year's Eve 2013 came, and I was celebrating with one of my best friends over pizza and sparkling wine. Not the best pairing, but we were young and on a budget, and we were both lamenting over our terrible luck with love. After ending things with the bodybuilder, I had found myself back on the swings of a tumultuous relationship with this DJ, who I knew wasn't good to me or for me, but who, like the dreams and drugs he fed me, I found myself unhealthily addicted to. Then, come to find, he'd been playing me against one of our mutual friends who, as it turned out, was also dating him. I'd had enough. He clearly wasn't the tall, dark, and handsome knight in shining armor that we get sold as kids. Besides, I was beginning to realize I didn't need a man to save me. I was beginning to like myself and my company, and I certainly didn't need the validation from someone who didn't even like himself. So I made a decision. I wasn't going to go into 2014 being the victim anymore. It was time to wake up from this nightmare and do what's best for me. Wake the fuck up. The songwriting process for Addicted to a Dream. I had just finished reading Slash's autobiography and The Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue. Both books talk a lot about addiction and the struggles for breaking ties with both the unhealthy behaviors and the social ties surrounding them. What a perfect analogy for this dead-end relationship. So after watching the new year come in with my girlfriend, I went home and spent the next hour hunched over my piano in my closet of a bedroom in Mount Eden, Auckland, writing this song of breaking addictions and bad habits. How Addicted to a Dream saved me. Quite simply, it allowed me to let go of him, of that lifestyle, of the plain monotony of the rock and roll life that we all seem to fall in love with the idea of. Similar to guitar, I have never been a great piano player. I had an awful teacher for a few years who I swear untaught me how to play, but I liked the piano hook that I came up with, and I loved playing with the words of the song, comparing him to a drug. I've always known in my heart of hearts that drug use has never been my bag. Apart from having been pumped with too many drugs while in hospital, drug use took the lives of too many of my friends, including my ex-boyfriend who committed suicide when I was 19 while high on something. It's also a method of escapism that I couldn't agree with. Why run from your problems when you can show them who's boss? I never want to run away from my problems. That doesn't build character. So I let the drugs go, and I let him go with it. Activity. Addiction of any kind is difficult. It often stems from a place of shame and wanting to avoid reality, but you are far stronger than you realize. In this case, I was afraid of being alone, afraid of not being part of the cool crowd, afraid of myself. When you find yourself drawn to wanting to hide, challenge yourself to look at what it is that you're afraid of facing. Is it judgment from your family or peers? Judgment from yourself? Fear of failure? Are there any ways you can replace the negative addictive behaviors with positive action instead? When I was trying to give up smoking, every time I craved a cigarette, I would go for a walk or a light jog instead. It gave me a similar dopamine rush and was far healthier than cigarette smoke. Remember, There is no such thing as failure, only an opportunity to learn.
The most potent man I have ever seen. One little kiss, you had this hold on me. You got something special, got me hooked on hate. One little hit and I fall so deep. It's a danger misbehavior when I feel you near. I just gotta get you into my veins. You've got me addicted to a dream that could never be. You're untainted love and a heartache to leave. Addicted to a dream that could never be. You're the sweetest poison. The sweetest rush I have ever known. I surrender to the pain and just let